peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Today, thousands and thousands of Africans and many countries in Africa have conflicts. Notably, from Libya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Biafra, and Boko Haram, to Democratic Republic of Congo, of where we have seen a resurgence of the past military and conflicts coming back in that country. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been displaced, killed, maimed, tortured, raped, several of them dying of hunger, starvation, and other natural causes. The fighting seems not to be ending. For the sake of Libya, the Libyan recognized international government is under siege in Tripoli from another faction recognized by Egypt, France, UAE, and other countries. Whereas the one in Tripoli is recognized by the UN, it has been bombarded, has been strangulated, and many millions of Libyans are dying of hunger, lack of water. The water system has been cut off. The bombardment goes on. In Democratic Republic of Congo, we've seen more of active rebel activities returning to the region after some silence has been observed. When we come to Cameroon, we see millions and millions of Amazonians slaughtered. Yet, when you come to Biafra, again millions and hundreds of millions and millions are worried, displaced, tortured by the Buhari regime. Yet again in the north, we see Boko Haram killing, maiming, abducting, and burning down villages in the same Nigeria. When you cross over to Central African Republic, the same is the history that has littered Africa. While all these events are taking shape, Africa is silent. Africa is not making enough efforts to find a solution to what is causing the problems in Libya, in DRC, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, Biafra, and now you add in Khartoum, Sudan. As people die, the people of Africa have no answers, have no solutions. There is nothing to endear to bring an end to the conflicts that have killed Africa. We seem to be new ones manufactured, old ones reignited, encouragement coming from external powers. One power that has been seen in the shadows of all these conflicts, especially the one of Libya that has escalated in the Sahara region of Africa, is France. When you come to Democratic Republic of Congo, the same country is in the shadows. The war can be seen is France. When you come to Cameroon, in the Amazonia, the one behind that has the key to bringing peace is France. Therefore, our question as Africans, why are we silent? Why are we not saying enough is enough of the wars? Thank you.
It is ridiculous and it is against the laws of nature that we can have somebody sitting pretty who takes home more money than the credible entrepreneur who is doing actual production of goods and services.
We always say it as it is. It is only in this country that when a thief is arrested, you hear elders from their tribe saying, "He is our son and he is our thief."
If you are deviant
Yes.
and I call you leader, probably you are already a leader, but you are leading in the wrong direction.
We want to see the role of the youth
Yeah.
in the security,
Yes.
governance,
Yes.
and development.
The youth that I meet and work with here, you know, we call them the millennials and X's and Y's, this and that. They don't necessarily want to live like their fathers and grandfathers, do business like their fathers and grandfathers. They're more independent, they're better educated, and they're the ones that are making everything move in this region.
We look at the issues, we talk about issues that impact people's lives in Africa. The African peoples themselves continue to cheer bad leaders, and because they cheer them on, they continue to be misled.
Let me ask you, doctor, would you rather be somebody who does not enjoy so much freedom but you are rich?
Yes.
Or you'd rather be poor who you are actually imprisoned by the poverty itself?
My goal is not to come here and say, I want the majority ownership, I want to own this, I want to own that, I want to do this. My goal is we all make money and we're all happy, and I help build a big business here.
Punchline is for Africa, with Africa, from Africa.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to Punchline Africa TV, broadcasting all the way from Nairobi, the Republic of Kenya. And the viewers, wherever you are in Africa, in the world, in Europe, in America, in Australia, in China, wherever you are, in Nigeria, Cameroon, Libya, Egypt, Khartoum, Sudan, Asmara, good afternoon. This show is Africa Showdown. Is a show for the people of Africa to understand what is Africa, what kills Africa, what destroys Africa, what can we do, what solutions can we bring to Africa, what can we do, why are we so apprehensive with politics, power. We shall look at so many topics today, but the main topic this afternoon that I want to concentrate on what I want you to pick your pens, paper, and sit down, because here we also teach students of political science and the comparative politics of Africa, and with Europe, we see with America, we look at all those areas. This is Punchline Africa Television. All the way together with my co-host. Thank you very much, Miriam Ogutu.
Good afternoon.
A good Sunday. You chose the same colors like mine.
I think we tried to blend it, but it's also a very beautiful Sunday today.
Sunday, it
Very
looks,
sunny.
yes, exactly. Fantastic.
Yes.
But good colors in Africa, but bad colors everywhere. We shall look at Africa, Kenya, the bad, the ugly, and the good over the week. Then we shall first look at the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. East or West, you can insult me, you can do whatever you want to say. I am in for the handshake. I am in for building of redemption strategy. Go to hang, you can kill me, you can say any names, you can tell me I'm a Kenyan, I'm a zombie. Go call all the names, but I'm an African. A redemption strategy only will help Kenya. And we shall look at the topics. I've linked them in such a way that we can link them from one, the legacy, obstacles, challenges, to the politics of 2022 and its operators, power, pitfalls of insanity. We are using good English here.
Pitfalls of insanity.
Yes.
Not of politics.
No, pitfalls of insanity.
Yes.
We have created, Miriam, we have created pitfalls of insanity.
In the name of politics.
In the name of politics. Your boss says no campaign, you go and pick a rally somewhere.
Well, it's also saying they should be allowed to campaign now.
Let them go. Why don't you campaign in opposition? You know, some of these people criticize me for being Kenyan, Ugandan, but I've now discovered the records, and I will reveal. What? I'm gonna reveal. Never touch my tongue, and you go unscuffed. Now, some of the most vocal MPs are not even Kenyans. You have done very good, very good integration of East Africa. So stop calling me a Ugandan, because I'm going to reveal this very shortly. Very soon, not today. It is going to come as a surprise tsunami. Yes. And one of the vocal ones, record sasa inaonekana.
The vocal ones.
Yes. Yeah. So that is very good East African integration. Thank you very much. But don't point fingers at me. Me, I'm defending Uhuru Kenyatta. If he collapses, I collapse together. If he rises and shines again, well be it, man.
We don't want him to collapse.
No.
If he collapses, the whole country
we go.
will
If we shine together. I'm not going to change. You know why? Every time I talk about it, it gives me more energy. You know why it gives me energy?
Why is that?
2008, this Ugandan loudmouth, the only one, and some people now want to hang themselves because they were not there. I was there. You can't remove my history. I was there. Even when Kibaki feared to talk about ICC, I talked about it. Therefore, President Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend. Therefore, Ruto is my friend. Therefore, the four, Ocampo, wherever they are, Mudhaura, Kosige, Major General Ali, Hussein Ali, and Joshua Sang. Joshua Sang, you remember the last day I told you. It is over, boy. You are my friends. I'm proud. You can give me all the names you want. Give them to me. I will carry them. What do I bother? I will carry them. But I'm a proud African. I stood firm. I dissected. I told you ICC is a fake organization. It will collapse. Therefore, I cannot leave them in a collapsed state. No. I cannot leave Uhuru Kenyatta in a collapsed state. I will fight for the legacy. I will write and educate you until those who did not study political science, those who studied the plants, listen to me. I did not study plants. I studied political science. The art of the soul and the heart. The changing of the mind. The delivery of caring for people. The Utu, Ubuntu. The Nyerere's Fiore. If you don't have it, go and hang. Because you are causing people agony. You are causing pitfalls. You are damaging the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Believe me or not, you Kenyans, listen to me. You will one day find out when I'm not here. Don't come to my eulogy and tell me I was not a very bad man. I was bad to tell you the truth. Yes. Let them hear. You are creating Uhuru Kenyatta problems. You think because he's keeping quiet, he can't talk? For us friends, volunteers, we are not looking for his money. Neither have we asked for his. Let him have it, but we shall defend a good leader in Africa. We shall defend the handshake. We shall defend the redemption. This is the man redemption strategy. Which Kenyan was talking redemption? Who? Show me one. Show me one. No, show me. They named me on TV that redemption man, that man knows. One of the people on the TV was Ian Wafula, who could not understand a redemption strategy. And then he said his producer is saying that I am talking about redemption strategy all the time, every Monday. But this is exactly what I was telling you. Repent, truth, accountability, restitution, reparations, reconciliation, reconcile the people, reconcile the people of Kenya. Jamani, unity of purpose derives the country. You can have constitutions, you can do what if you have not redempted. In Uganda, the war killed us. For 23 years, Konyi and the UPDF were slaughtering Acholis, Langis, Itasot, and the rest. Together, Konyi takes his part, UPDF takes its part. They were eating people. I come from that tribe where we are called man-eaters. But we didn't eat. It's because we do one serious custom called circumcision. That brought us to be called eat people, because the Bazungu could not see where after you have been circumcised, where does the body go? Then they call us we eat people. So I'm honest man. And let me tell you, when they did that 23 years, the LRA was killing, the government of Uganda was also killing, the rebels, the people, population came together, left in camps. We had to do what we call redemption strategy. I want to thank President Museveni, and I'm one of the few political critics since 1985. Forget about Besigye. Besigye is a man who cried when the plate was removed. The plate was removed. The plate he was eating on was removed. Is when he made noise. I did not have any plate with Museveni. And I will only cry for the truth and give him a credit where he has been creditful. President Museveni agreed for peace talks between the rebels of LRA and the government of Uganda to restore peace, to redemption strategy, to create harmony. Go to northern Uganda today, the peace has grown. Go to northern Uganda today, the Luo community live in peace. They are hungry, there is poverty, but there is peace, yo. I'm happy, man. I don't walk behind looking at the shadows. I delivered the peace under tight conditions. And I will never forget that my money was never paid. But I have never gone back to fight. That's what statesmanship is in this world. You can't be power hungry man, running power. Even when you are sleeping at night with your wife, you say power. You wake up, power. We have a problem here, man. Miriam? We have a problem in Kenya this Sunday. Power. 22 power. I must have it. I must destroy every foundation and have it. This is what is happening here. These young men want to bring us a problem again in this region. Yes, the politics of compensationalism. Because you want to compensate for the bad background, you want to bring it on us. This is not a communist state. This is a capitalist state where people work hard. Those who had it, have it. Those who don't have, sorry. But you don't tell people how you have it and how you can. You must grab what is here. That's where we part ways, man. That's where we part ways, viewers. Africa is facing these problems. If we don't talk about them, Miriam, we are going to have a problem, my co-presenter. I was bringing this background so that I bring you in loop. You see the politics. Tuju's new role in Raila Inner Circle. What is this? This is a planted headline to confuse, to derail the arrest of the dam people. People who took money from the dam. Dam money, bring it. Come and say, bank guarantee is here. 7.5 billion is here. I brought it back. Hey, Kenyans will vote you tomorrow. Wagwan. Now there is no coming back. Mr. President, we are friends. We are your volunteer friends in Africa. Very many of us. Whether here or there, even there it could be worse. And watch it. It will be worse. Because we shall defend you on every act. We have seen a lot. We have gathered a lot. We know what the people are doing. Damn money, where is it? We are told there is a bank guarantee in Italy, Milano, Torino, Rome, all these things, CCTVs show people. CCTV shows people negotiating for cutouts. Shame. Shame. If Kenyans are not being told the truth, I've said it. CCTV, you are sent on a delegation and then you cut out. You cut 10%, bank it here. Those boys, this is serious, Mr. President. Damu money, the people of Elengoya Marakwet, it is not there. Whether 7 billion, 21 billion, is not there. It's gone. So the man who said he has a bank guarantee, can he bring it? So you go now to the bank to guarantee?
We were told the money is there.
Yes, we need it.
Is it already working?
We need it. Is there a damn water flowing wagwan?
Someone from that area needs to update us and tell us what's
No, I've already, Kegan has told me. Mr. Kegan lives near the dam.
So no activity
No,
whatsoever.
it is not there. They stole the money and bought things. More helicopters, more latrines, more bed sheets, more cement, more houses, more property, more farms in Zambia, Rwanda, wherever, Congo. Whoa. We are not witch hunting. We are only making. There must be a voice, Jamen. Part of what Britain is is the voice. The people who speak, stand up. Part of what America is the voice. The people who stand up like Malcolm X, like all the people who have spoken. They stand up to speak for the minority, for the lost. They stand up to speak in order to stop society from degenerating into chaos. You stand up. Don't be shy. Say it and go home. Even if they assassinate you, even if they kill you, let them kill you when you have said it. There will be somebody to listen to these steps. These are wrong people. They are going around the country beating their chests. Yes. 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 They want to create an angel, an exit, and not destroy this legacy of Uhuru Kenyatta. Look at that. It is terrible that you see it today. The dam is gone. The money is gone. Reports from Torino, Milan, where these offices are serious international agencies connected. By the way, some of us are very seriously connected worldwide. So don't tell us a lie. We shall find you. But very soon you will never travel to those places. God bless you. Over to you. You killed the legacy of Uhuru Kenyatta. You might also end here.
Mm-hmm. So yesterday they did not seem to be having a lot of political rallies, or I don't know, the prayers that they...
No, the rally was next, a few meters away from...
I thought the wedding took...
No, let's go slowly.
Yes.
This one,
the
headline said 2 Jews new role in the Raila. And you saw the tweet that the deputy president tweeted. Mm-hmm. Very absurd.
What did he say?
Hey, let's read it.
All right,
it's a very serious tweet.
The Sunday Nation.
And I looked at it. Mm-hmm. I said, Wagwan, 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 Wagwan. He says, Moses Kuria, first of all, says, "Dear my good friend, Deputy President William Ruto, Jubilee went into political bankruptcy on 9th of March 2018. The nature and the configuration of Kenya's politics forced us into Article 11 bankruptcy in your constitution. Mm-hmm. If you are declared bankrupt, Raphael Tuju is only a receiver manager. Don't attack the messenger, please." Have you seen then? Mm-hmm. The deputy president had written, "So our democracy is so liberal that the SG of the ruling party has become a chief strategist of opposition, Maajabu." First, let me dissect this Kuria syndrome. Kuria is one man who bought witnesses to fix Ruto for 2,000 shillings.
Yeah, they're now very close.
2K, hey! He was the one in the team. He has now found a good friend. And I don't know how Ruto thinks in his heart. He should think first about the enemy next to his shoes. And that enemy is Moses Kuria. A man who goes out to buy witnesses to fix you. Then when you are going to jail, you come out of jail, he says, "You know what? You know what? I am the one who took you to jail, but I'm now very good. I've forgiven you. Then why didn't you tell me?" I used to travel with Kuria on Airbus everywhere to go to Hague. I remember one day the deputy president greeted me with his fingers here. "Look, bring the finger. Bring them."
I've not had my manicure yet.
No, don't worry. Show this. I will show you how he greeted me, like this. Okay. No wonder he thought that I was one of those who fixed. Me, I'm a savior, boss. Mm-hmm. I was the savior. Now you can know the people. Those who wanted you down. Not me. Not me.
Maybe he's just so forgiving.
He didn't know. He hated me over nothing. Now, the man who brought witnesses today wants to become the president of Kenya. Declared his ambition, is writing tweets to incite people, to say the messenger is Tuju. The owner of the dog is Uhuru Kenyatta. Senior to talk, let's talk frankly. This Sunday, all of you have come back from church today. Relax, get your pens and hear from this Ugandan. Let me watch and deliver. Let me deliver this.
So that tweet that you just read there, Dr. Matanga, about the, what did he say? On March 9th last year, that is when what died? Jubilee Party.
That the Jubilee Party died.
That means...
because of the handshake. Okay. And here's Moses also goes out, he says he supports the handshake. At the same time telling Ruto, we don't, you see,
that is double speak.
This is double speak. And I don't know when His Excellency, the Deputy President, will understand that the people surrounding you are the cashiers, they are going to bring you in chaos. Maybe Kenyatta has no problem with you. But the people, these men who look for handouts on Thursday and a Tuesday and a Friday, can't you ask, after that, where do they go? Where do they sleep? Whom do they brief at night? Ask. A good leader, you ask. I'm not going to tell lies here.
Well, if a person was thinking differently, say 5 years ago.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden they, they're so different.
Yeah. You see? There is something wrong here. So as a leader who wants to lead this same country, don't antagonize the same people who are...
There could be an agenda.
Yes, don't antagonize the same people. You will need these people. Don't call them names. You will need their vote. President Uhuru Kenyatta is going on his way towards Chisano's group. Former presidents. We are going where Matanga will be there. So don't get worried. When Uhuru finishes, I will go. I will go along with him wherever he goes. He's in Kenyan, I'm a Ugandan, a global citizen. We shall meet there, I will do his work for free. After all, I'm not seeking employment. I'm an expert. I'm an expert. I've read the subject. I did not read plants. Plants were grown by God. So nobody should get worried about me. Because the words they tell me. Yesterday, a good picture arrives of the wedding. Kalonzo, Waiganjo, my friend Waiganjo, a great mind lawyer, president.
And former Prime Minister Raila.
Former Prime Minister Raila and Madame Waiguru. I put this picture. It is trending. You have seen the way trending.
The Vice President was not at the wedding?
No, he didn't.
Okay, maybe he was busy.
Invited. I saw, at least I saw in his invitation.
Maybe he was
yes,
busy.
He was busy. Fine. At least from among the 2,000 guests.
Yes.
Because each guest was supposed to know each other.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you posted this photo on social media.
I posted this picture on my social media. What? The way they came for me.
Who are these people?
The group of Manga group. Is it Manga or Tanga? Because Mr. Makau Mutua has brought a new version of Kumanga.
Or maybe it's just another, it's not another team altogether. It's the same.
There might be another group.
Okay.
So they came, they harassed me, they called me names. So while...
So they had a problem with the photo, they had a problem with the people who...
I think they had a problem.
What was the problem exactly?
I asked that at least...
Or what was the caption that you put on that
photo? The caption I put there is, this is a very great picture of the year. There is no politicking.
Yeah.
One person missing who likes politicking.
Ah, one person missing.
Yes.
That must have elicited some...
Yes, it's brought chaos. Right. And that one person knows himself. Okay. Now, look. This guy is politic on people's funerals. A man has written a will that when I die, I don't want to hear Miriam talk about the politics on my body. Why don't you respect the day?
Like, that is how ridiculous we've become with politics. We don't even
Immediately they arrived there in Mr. KK's home. The president talked about, finally said, let's talk about Jermaine. The president was even appealing, let's leave politics. The two gentlemen had already stuck on it. Ugwambo and the deputy president. You see, his talk alone is touching on emotions of politics, not emotions of the dead man. What does the dead man, what would the dead man want to have wanted? That dead man wanted every thief jailed.
For the lawyer's funeral on Friday.
Every thief jailed. Everybody who stole, what is it, Eroro and the Kamrere? Aror and the Kamrere. Kimerero. So whatever it is, they stole the money. And they told us there's a bank guarantee. Now in Torino and Milan, what? The CCTV is from there. In hotels in Rome. Thank you very much, viewers. This is very exciting. You know, in sense of humor, we must drive the legacy of His Excellency the President. For me, Kenyans, the Africans hate me. I am not harmful. I just speak the truth. And learn to understand me. Don't plot to kill me, but just plot to help me. To speak the truth that one day Africa can rise and shine again.
And one of our viewers here, BR Garang, thank you so much for writing to us, and the rest of you, please keep writing. And it's always a pleasure to know where you're watching us from, so let us know. So BR Garang is saying, Dr. David Matanga and Miriam, I'm wondering about the politicians in Kenya. They are discussing about 2022, which is really too far.
Too far, indeed. Too far. Too far. Very far. As if there is a vacancy of the presidency.
It's a whole 3 years.
Yes, as His Excellency, the Deputy President, seen a vacancy. Maybe he knows. Do we have the real president? Do we have the State House is empty?
Fully occupied, I think. I believe.
It's fully occupied. There is no vacancy thing on this. What is the problem? What is it that you can... What?
Honorable PM Wanyama is saying, watching from Texas, Kenya is an autopilot.
Yeah, Wanyama is the one who caused autopilot. That's the MP for Webuye. Where Wanyama you can watch, but I'm also watching you. Can you already? Nga wako bole when you rera biti mubino ano. Ke hubolele Wanyama. Wewe. Mukaja kisende kyo mundu yumwacha mwali abusata.
Okay.
You are spoiling the whole place, Wanyama. Honorable MP of Webuye, thank you for calling me.
For watching.
And for watching from Texas.
And for the rest of us, Dr. Matanga just went into
smiling mode. Wanyama is from my country.
Okay.
He's from Butiru, where I come from. These are people who just are this side. I've even discovered more. I don't want to name them here. Wanyama, watch. And when you come back, look for me, young man. I am talking as a Umukuka of Bamasaba. And you don't disagree with your Umukuka. I have seen the country going in a different direction. We need peace, man. We need peace. What autopilot? Then why don't you crash it? If it is autopilot to Wanyama, why don't you get out? Understand? Start the pilot one. You are still stuck in the same party. Thank you very much for watching Umhongo. But when you come back, I hope you will come back soon. Look for me. I am the Umukuka clan. You don't disagree with Umukuka. Otherwise, you will be cast and the family will be cast.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wilson Ginchingo, you're saying greetings from Conegliano, Italy. Sir, you're doing a great job, and your crew, especially on how to move Africa forward. Always talking about the situation in Amazonia brings me joy, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Keep writing to us, and we'll keep reading your comments as we proceed with the show. So the politics of 2022, it's draining, especially for me. I just go, oh, it's politics next.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I think if you are alone, like we are, some of us, mm-hmm. and you don't have like me, my children are already grown up. There's nobody I can go and say, let's go and play. That okay, I can only, I'm on the phone and I'm here. I can't tell them, let's go down the pub to drink, or have a drink or food, because the politics, the television stations here, everybody dressing up to go to the television station is defending, has been, paid to defend. Mm-hmm. Is their analysis really? You see the guys? I saw another woman here on Inside Africa today.
Inside Politics.
Inside Politics. You saw that woman?
I saw her, yes.
She talks very good accent, but very poor in brain. Very poor in brain. Very good English accent. Very, very naive in brain. Full of tribalism, tribal enclaves. Mm-hmm. Talking about we are being, politics of compensationalism. Mm-hmm. Is what brought us in Uganda, mm-hmm. to fight.
I think she was strongly disagreeing with what the former head of public service.
Yeah, exactly. Was saying, yes. We are coming to that. Let's not spoil the day. I want that woman, maybe if you are back home, madam, watch this. What I'm going to teach you this afternoon after this show. Let me allow Miriam to bring in the bad, the good, the ugly of Kenya this week in the papers. Mm-hmm. And there you are. One of the good story is your wedding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes,
Talk about it.
Yesterday, another wedding here in both of the dailies today. This is the Standard newspaper here in Kenya and also The Nation. And among the headlines in this is the wedding of Kerugoya. Is it Kerugoya governor? Is it Kerugoya?
Kirinyaga.
No, sorry, Kirinyaga Governor Waiguru, and she wedded a city lawyer yesterday. It was a lovely traditional wedding. I really enjoyed it, watching it in the news yesterday. Somehow, I was happy to see something very traditional, very, very authentic, very Kenyan. It was lovely. Outside of the love.
Very good wedding.
Mm-hmm. It was lovely.
Well done, Mama Waiguru.
Unique. Yes.
Go properly to cement your relationship, cement your home. Those who didn't turn up, sorry. Mm-hmm. Some of us who were invited and did not turn up logistically because we had a few logistics. Sorry also, and we sent apologies.
And gifts, or just apologies?
Apology and a gift. What gift can you give?
It doesn't matter.
The meeting, the gift, the only gift I could carry is matoke.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have been appreciated.
A bunch of banana, mm-hmm. But I'm waiting for the governor to come to Lord Arrow, mm-hmm. for the aftermath party.
Okay.
When
she's back from her honeymoon.
We people who can go to Lord Arrow. Mm-hmm. Yes, you know where it is. We shall wear our boots and go. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Sam Kaga says, we post, that's the wedding of the people, and that is by the Kikuyu Council of Elders.
Mm-hmm. That is the Kikuyu Council
of Elders. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys.
I thought those were the entourage, the bridal party.
Those are the men. Mm-hmm. The men and also, but there must be an elder. Mm-hmm. The men wear that. Mm-hmm. Yes, and the women wear. You can see the women are that way, mm-hmm. that side.
I think those were the men's side, and then the ladies. I think they were the bridal party. I'm not sure, but it's lovely. It's really lovely, and out of what we are used.
There's one man who is the priest. Mm-hmm. You can see him. Mm-hmm. The priest. Mm-hmm. The one who was giving the sermon. Yes. Thank you very much. That is the best thing that has happened
and
this weekend.
And it's now Mr. and Mrs. Kamoto Waiganjo.
Yes.
Congratulations to the newlyweds.
Congratulations, and we want you to keep the momentum. More people should get married, partner to partner. Yes, not partners, but
partners.
Like and unlike Pauls.
Choice.
No, I'm just saying that. To avoid going the route you want me to bring me.
It's just choice and marriage.
Choice what? It could be man to man.
Yes,
choice.
It's choice.
It's choice, yes. Let's leave it that way.
Yes.
Thank you very much, viewers. And this man asked me that we bring the CCTV.
Torino.
They will come. We don't need you to tell us. So you shut up. And I have no regrets. If you want to watch. If you don't, go and watch somewhere else. The CCTVs will come. Did I steal the money from the dam? Did I? Do I have any money from the dam, Mr. Sam Kaga? Did I tell people there is a bank guarantee? Go and ask those people. Have I ever gone to Milan or Torino in those hotels?
I think it's because you brought it up. So
no, but I did. It will come. I didn't say I'm going to bring him here. I'm not DCI.
Yes, it will come in good time.
No, the DCI are there. But what we know from serious systems, the information, when you saw a man saying, I have a video here, did he show it to you? Mufanya bitu ile ya amana hapana kujenga ma video.
So is it the constitution or the mindset here in Kenya?
This is some you asked who. I don't want you to, please enjoy the debate. It's going on very well. Those things are coming. You know very well the water is not there, my brother. The money is gone. So let's pray that one day more money will be got and they will build the dams.
No, but already...
Let's end it up there. This one is even from Egypt. It says Museveni talks slowly. I'm not Museveni. Museveni doesn't talk like me. Museveni has got a different tone of talking, but we talk the same English accent. So I'm answering, then I hand it over to you. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's proceed.
In politics this week.
The state rushes to lock out
illicit
cash. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Governor. I think last week I did my great job. I warned you that people are now buying materials.
They have already started.
Yes, buying materials, cement, what. Thank you, Governor. You listen. Our program is listened to very well. Seal those loopholes. If a wholesaler was banking 50,000 shillings for 3 months,
but also,
and you see him banking 200 million, ask him where the money come from. Red flag, raise the flag.
Yes.
They are now creating committees in every county, and the money is being poured therefore. Yes, in fact, if someone stole for, I think there is somewhere I can begin to say one of the things that I had suggested. To bring back this money in kind and ask God for forgiveness.
It's possible.
So the committees that are being set in 47 counties for cartels, returning, buying materials, and equipping materials.
There are committees being set.
Yes,
in the county.
Clandestine committees.
Oh, clandestine committees.
They have been formed to buy things like a cement, which cannot get finished, iron sheets, store them in the money. Yes, you see. Tere Kamau, I'm Omukuka, real one. Yes.
Thank you for watching.
If I'd been back home, I would be the next Umukuka. Because the current Umukuka is Bob Mushikori, my cousin. We come from the same clan. We are the people who give Bamasava. Whether we up to Mudavadi. Mudavadi cannot talk too much if we have not touched his head. Hey!
All right.
We better talk the truth now here.
Can you say hello to Terry in German? I've taught you 2 words at least.
Terry, where is Terry? Where is he? He's saying, Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, Terry. Thank you very much, my brother. Guten Tag. Yes, there you are. She. She's a she?
I think.
Yes, she.
Terry Kamau.
Terry Kamau. Guten Tag. Yes.
So now when here you just mentioned that Dr. State rushes to lock out illicit cash, and it goes to say a government flexes muscles on forex bureaus in a bid to beat indigenous disingenuous moves to introduce illicit 1,000 shilling notes amid biting shortage of the new currency. So
yes.
The people, some have already started what we call washing of
yes.
1,000 shilling notes.
They want to do that. Not only that, they are also washing it through projects. They are now earmarking projects in counties that if there are 10 schools, we buy materials, go to the wholesaler, buy materials. But the wholesalers must be told that when you take that money to the bank, people will ask you, you might be the loser. Have you seen where the trick is? Buy cement. Cement does not get spoiled, does it? Buy iron sheets, store them. After October, you go with the iron sheets and start doing a campaign with them. Buy shoes.
Do you know you're just giving them strategies on how to...
No, that is what they are doing.
They're already doing what you're giving them.
Yes, that's what they are doing.
And others have not started.
Have you seen the groups of women?
That.
Have you seen?
So you're giving cement.
Another group of women has mushroomed. For them, they carry on the goodies.
Which one? The one with white or the other one?
The white one spreads the message. The white one is a very poor group.
Okay.
The other one with Leso is the mafios group.
It's the rich one.
Wako na pesa. I was shocked to see my lady of Eldoret, Mrs. A wife of a great friend. I usually don't talk about people's wives.
Yes.
Let me leave it.
Okay.
I saw her joining. I felt like, even when you have gone to school, you at times lose direction.
But the argument was like the ladies with the white, I can't remember their name.
Embrace.
They're saying they have taken a political outfit. Of course, they're made of politicians, and so they're saying they have to form theirs to counter that.
The white, the women with white and a pink lapo, or pink lapos and a pink badges, those are preaching handshake, building of bridges initiative, which you are going to see in the case study 2 on Kenya. Which way Kenya? How do we form a system in Kenya that can be very worth it? Why is it that everywhere in Africa, people are talking about changing the constitution? Those are the things coming in part 2. I think we have 4 to 5 minutes. We are not very far from there. We have hit this one very well. And is it the constitution mindset which will bring us to this topic? But let me come back to your team you are asking. Miriam, the whole thing of this whole 2022 pitfalls of insanity is a fear. There is one word, fear. The whole thing of holding people hostage, making them say that if you don't do this, this is going to happen. That type of politics is called cliffhanger politics, created by Machiavelli. There is a Machiavellian in Jubilee Party who plants this story like this one. Tuju, new role in Raila. This is a story bought. The editor was bought, was paid. Some of us are ready for people to pay stories.
So today in the evening and tomorrow you'll see this will create a lot of havoc.
Yes.
I think in the Jubilee Party particularly.
Whoever Machiavelli man wants a fight. The whole week we are going to discuss this. Already the senator of Meru has said the president has refused to call a PG. He's even saying very bad words, instructing the president You see, I don't know what these people have seen.
So would you advise
no,
the
I don't
president
know what
to call that PG or not?
I will answer that, but I don't know what they have seen, what type of thing they have seen in the president that they go on talking as if there is no head of state. That one there whom the woman beat and sent out of the house, called Minturu, the one who stole certificates in Nairobi University, that is a senator. What senator, my foot? We've stolen certificates. Can't you be very ashamed that to see your children say you have stolen a certificate? Then you go home and sit your legs in the sofa saying, oh, that I am here. I want you to go to school every day. I'm happy none of my children stole certificate. So they insulted the president. They are now telling him, they are forcing him, you are insulting the Secretary General. Who is supposed to call the meeting though? How will he call the meeting? So now they have failed to, they brought a tape, it failed. Now they have come to this because he's the only woman at the center. Now every woman, they want to take this party. And Ruto wants to put his people there. So they run it the mafia way. I'm telling you, that's the truth. Kenyans, I'm fed up. Watch it tuzungumze ya haki. That if I were, you see what? They want to take the party. And they are you see, every day they bring a story to stop the arrest of the Araro Dam money. Because that one is now clear. It is clear. The assets of all those around who took money are frozen. Don't you see the sign coming?
But also, if you were to go with your argument, Doctor, could this be another something just to misdirect the country in what is really happening right now? You know, the letter that purportedly was written to, assassinate the vice president, that case is still ongoing, and they've been very quiet. Vice President's camp has been very quiet. Is this another thing that maybe should take the headlines and Kenyans can forget about? Exactly.
They brought assassination letter. That ended up the younger man's career. Because Makiu, the younger man, has not been charged yet.
No.
You know he has not been charged.
The case will start, yes. No, he's not been charged.
And let him not celebrate yet. Dennis, you are hearing. Please don't.
Has he tweeted?
No, he hasn't. You are hearing, my younger man. It's me who caught you and put you in a plane to take you to ICC for the first time. Even your father had not taken you out. Your father had not flown you out of this country. So hear me. Look at this face. Hear me. Wash off this. The worst is to see you slammed with a very heavy charge sheet that will roll your neck up to the end, which I think is the one coming. I have a feeling.
You have a feeling?
Yes. Because you can see.
Are there signs?
The police, yes, there are signs. The police are still looking for all clues. Because that letter could have put this country into
jeopardy.
Into a fight. So it should not take this lightly.
It's not light. This is the vice president of a country. So such claims, I think the police...
So my son, yes, wherever you are, we don't want to discuss the merits and demerits. I am now... People have called me that I should talk to you. Now I'm talking to you as a brother. Please, as a man who took you on the first flight to the to the Dutch capital, Amsterdam. Listen to me. The people we supported might not all go with you in jail. They might remain in power. You might not. Just get off. That's all the advice they nailed that. And if the father of Itumbi is watching, I am also his age. Actually, I am slightly a bit older than the father. The only thing is my genes are different. I grew up with a smiling face, not an angry face.
Okay. I'm sure if he's listening, he heard you.
I know what you want to say.
No.
But
I moved on.
So that is the truth about this. That letter could have brought a war in this country. So it is not a simple thing that people are likely, going to talk and say who. It is what it is me. If it was me, I would stand and think about me, a God-loving person. I said it is only me and my father and my children and my friends who will suffer.
And it's a good thing the FBI are the one who are handling this.
They got the letter fake.
That is.
And they traced the letter, the machines. There is enough evidence there supplied. Enough evidence supplied. So running out of it, Miriam, will be a great miracle.
I hope the person responsible is really brought to book, because should act as a deterrent.
They have found out the person. By now, the FBI finished their job and they gave the DCI the whole dossier. What the DCI is doing is to piece around more people. And
build a case and take it to the
Yes. And the case, because that letter, if it was forged, it can now, as it is,
which is now
proved that it's forged, it could have plunged this country into a civil war.
Yes.
So you can't think that someone is going to walk around and show us videos every time. Like, I'm telling you, it's a very serious matter.
It is. It's very serious.
It's a serious matter. And therefore, people should not take it lightly. Let people stop their ego. Because you can be fixed on law. Through law, you are gone. That's why I'm saying 2022, you can dream about it, but you get fixed. The law could fix you. That's why you see some section of Jubilee people are telling that lady Chief Justice the Fifth, the Deputy Chief Justice Mwiru, that don't resign, we shall make you the Chief Justice of Kenya. In their telephone conversations, all of them picked. So you look at that. That's why the woman is very stubborn. She can't leave, even when she has been caught on very serious allegations. Those allegations are the ones. If an allegation of a road made Professor Kwajang to resign, an allegation of the road that you diverted the road to go through your house, what about the allegation of using the letterhead of the judiciary to obtain a loan? Surely, you Kenyans. And this woman is still in the judiciary because of her beauty only. Otherwise, because she can't even read some words. At least my accent is very bad. But in knowing what the words are, very intelligent man here. My Ugandan accent, which is I'm told it is very nice. Some lady told me. Some ladies like my accent.
Okay.
Why are you not saying congratulations?
I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Miriam. Thank you very much, my sister. Do we take a break? And then you come back, or do we continue and finish?
Let's just continue and get into the rest of Africa. We just
thank you very much.
Moving forward. So in Africa.
Thank you very much, yes. Madam Peter Wangui. Is it Peter Wangui? The noisy hornbill makes some people wake up. Have you ever heard of that African song?
The noisy hornbill.
The noisy hornbill makes people wake up. Africa, wake up, especially you, Peter Wangui. Wake up to reality. The truth is there.
There's a comment here, Doctor, before we just get to the rest of Africa's stories. This name that has been written in Arabic, I think you called it Egypt, but I think this is Kenyan, if I can guess from the comments. And he laughed and he said, Omukuka, you should also avoid talking about people's husbands, to be fair. But also there's something else he said up here that I'm missing about, now talk about devolution, the issue of devolution.
People's
and how
husbands.
You said you don't want to talk about the people's wives. So he's saying, to be fair.
Oh, yes, yes.
About the
yes, not the husband.
But he said it as a joke.
A joke,
yes.
yeah, I like him.
Yes.
He's from Sudan.
But I said you talk about the issue of devolution and how the executive is killing. And people believe that the executive does not want to see the devolution prosper, so that it's used as an excuse to kill devolution and maybe to reintroduce other things when it comes to this referendum that some parts of Kenyans are agitating for. I don't know what you make of that. Mm-hmm.
You have a point. Mm-hmm. The question of a referendum of devolution in Kenya, nobody in Kenya will regret why devolution was created. Mm-hmm. But very many people in Kenya will regret where the money for devolution is going. Mm-hmm. Believe me or not, looking at the scale that I have seen and the research I have gathered, give another 5 years, each of these counties will be having an army.
An army?
Yes.
Like the many armies we have in South Sudan?
Yes.
Okay.
On Friday, Governor Oparanya passed out 3,000 people.
Passed out 3,000 people?
Yes, 3,000 youths.
Like the ones which are passed during the police training?
Yes. They have been trained.
Mm-hmm.
So the government has to come in to coordinate these training programs.
Trained on what?
On everything. Of course, keeping law and order, mm-hmm. working for the counties.
3,000?
Yes, they were passed. Mm-hmm. They have employment now in Kakamega. I am now speaking as a security expert.
3,000? That
yes.
Is for one county?
One county.
They have been employed by the county?
Yes. They will be employed by the county to help in ticketing, parking, all these things in the villages, building houses. Fine, that's a good program.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the government and the intelligence systems of this country must be part and a parcel of these training programs. Because we are having people raising militias. There's a possibility. And for me, I don't fear to say it. And I've said it, record it. For the governors to create the youth, give them employment, that's very good. But what a doctrine. The country should set out a doctrine. The youth culture, the youth, Minister of Youth, and the public service and whatever it is, should set up an overall structure of how these governors can get this youth to work. Otherwise, we are going to have governors raising their own special armies or militias, which could later on become a weapon within the systems of what? Of the politics of Kenya. You have seen where the politics of Kenya is beginning to go. Where it is heading towards a confrontational nature. Someone does not want it to be kept quiet.
It is right now. It's not.
So if each county is going to train and train its own youth without a national program.
That's why we have NYS. Why do we need another training?
Why don't we have the manual of NYS to be the same manual that is training the youth in Kakamega?
But you already have NYS. That should be enough.
I'm telling you, I raise my hand today here that if the security agencies don't check on this, this could become a disaster for this nation.
Especially if you go back and see what has been happening in Kakamega, a clique of
Yes.
group of youth have been being used by politicians to carry out
Exactly.
all of these killings. That
The youths in Kakamega a few weeks ago, we saw the Echesa youth versus the senator, Malala. They were killing each other. Some of them were hired to kill people at night. So what type of youths have we selected to be in these programs? They could be youths who already know training, and they get the training includes training them not in football. They are being trained in how to handle security, even some of them security matters. So the government must come up and give a comprehensive way forward
yes.
on how.
I think that is something that is very serious, as even one of our viewers here is saying, and the government should really take all the precautions, I believe, and handle this matter with the seriousness I think it deserves. If it was out there, I'm sure government agencies are on it. Bol Nyang, you're saying you're watching us from Melbourne, and our friend, please, can you tell us your name? I can't read Arabic, but you're saying you're watching us from the county, and you want us to talk about this referendum issue. And Kadara Kusum, you're watching us from London Library, and who is this? Deng War, you're watching us from Ethiopia. Ethiopia is becoming very shaky lately. Please let us know what is happening from Ethiopia, where you are. So that is something that, Doctor, is very serious, as Bismarck Burahi is saying. And
it is. And for me, I will not sit here and call myself a landman and not able to tell the truth. I've told the truth. There's something which is very wrong. Let's take it on and let the government look at. Devolution is a very good exercise. But now there is what we call financial strangulation. I don't know whether my English is good.
Financial strangulation, yes.
Yes. Now for viewers, yes. I'm not going to go PLO Lumumba style. That's the much I know. It's a strangulation. It looks like devolution somewhere. Because of some of the loopholes, it's being strangulated from the top. The parliament says, don't give them that amount of money. The money, if I were the one mediating between the Senate, and I think I call upon the speaker and both speakers to call me.
To call you.
To mediate, yes. It's very simple.
They're going to court tomorrow, the governor said.
Don't go to court. Don't waste the money.
They've already used 100 million.
Don't waste the money. Call Dr. Matsanga. I studied that subject. I am here for free to help the Kenyan parliament, the speaker and the speaker. I want Lusaka and the JB Munturi and the rest sit here. I will finish their problem in 10 hours. Without paying 100 million shillings to corrupt judges who are going to be corrupted by 1 cent of power.
Okay.
Call me. I'm a mediator.
Public service. For free.
For pro bono.
Pro bono, yes.
All what you need is to pay my tea and I will do it for you. When you have solved that problem, then you can see what you can do for me. You can even give me a medal.
A medal. These medals they give to everyone.
The one they give to Mr. Githeri.
Githeri, man.
And the one they gave to Itumbi and Alai.
It's ridiculous.
I deserved that medal.
When you see the discussion as to why
Dr. William Ruto. Dr. William Ruto, where you are, you think I don't deserve that medal, surely?
That's ridiculous.
You people, I don't deserve it. All the thing I did for you, they gave to Githeri man, and they can't give me even a half a medal.
So you've said your name is Bule from Wajir. Thank you so much, Bule, and thank you for talking to us. And Max Rusiso is watching us again.
Can I tell you, I can mediate for free. Let's finish that devolution, because it is the striking thing now. They have wasted 100 million in court.
Yes, they already paid 100 million.
Yeah.
Did you just find out right now?
I found out today.
Oh, Pole, I should have broken the news very softly. 100 million has already been paid.
They're eating it.
They're eating it. They're paying
the thing is very simple. The thing is very simple. The difference between the amount of argument is very little. You start from there. And I will finish it in 5 hours. After reading from this side and this side. What's the disagreement? The governors want 335 billion. Is it? Or 325 billion.
And they've been given...
They have been given 310.
So the difference is...
10 billion. Or 315, sorry. The difference is 10 billion. I will square it out. The governor, the devolution can have, instead of Sonko releasing these people here on the street, he has vowed to bring them here. There is demonstration this week.
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow they're going to court. If the court does not rule in their favor,
yes,
then
they go on the streets. I can solve it. So whoever knows Lusaka, and I know JB Muturi number, I don't want to call and he thinks I call for a job. Call me free and we have tea. All of you come and let me be the chair. I will solve it.
All right, and in that mediation spirit, Ogebe Omoto Chan is asking, hi, doctor, can you mediate South Sudan peace talk? He tried.
Yeah, South Sudan, I've tried. I tried. I am the one who made Riek Machar to be removed from South Africa under house arrest. I've done my best.
He'd gone there to seek for medical treatment.
Yeah, again, he has gone again.
They put no.
I don't think, don't try to live where you are, Mr. Riek.
I don't think you can
stick in Khartoum.
Yes.
Yes.
Stick in Khartoum, but try to make your way back to Juba. I know they're working on making sure there is a level playing field.
It might take a miracle.
Okay. All right. So that is that. So this constitution that
Theresa May and her legacy in Africa has just set up an office for tackling injustices as her legacy when she leaves office in a few days' time. A new leader of Conservative and a Prime Minister for UK and the immigration wind. What is that?
So what Kadara Kusum, and thank you, and you're saying Theresa May and her legacy in Africa has just set up an office of tackling injustices as her legacy. So Theresa, former now to be Prime Minister for the UK, what she wants to leave as her legacy for Africa is she's set up an office for tackling injustices, and I don't know what kind of injustices as her legacy when she leaves office in a few days. So that is just the gist of what Kadara is saying. So I don't know, injustices for Africa or on behalf of Africa, please clarify that for us. But if that is one, Theresa May. Her legacy will be she came in through Brexit and she left through Brexit. I think that is all people will remember about Theresa May, but now she wants to be remembered more, especially in what she wants to do for Africa, to set up an office to tackle injustices. What kind of injustices? I don't know.
Plenty of injustice.
In Africa.
Yeah. These guys took a lot of our goods. A lot of gold, cotton, but now
is it from that direction?
But yes,
or she wants to come in here as an NGO and help
from that direction.
Okay,
so that they can look at what really has created a problem.
Because we still have some Mau fighters still.
Yes, chasing their money and the compensation.
Yes,
plus people who were there whom you want to uproot, going way back in 1971. So they want to look at all those type of things.
I think he added, or she added, I'm not sure, that British African citizens and residents, all the injustices that the British African citizens over there have been meted upon.
Yes, okay, plenty of it.
That's good.
She likes East Africa.
That includes you. You're a British African citizen.
Don't worry, but my injustices have happened to me, but.
Over there.
Here we are one of our viewers who has been itching to call us. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Matsaga.
Yes, speak up, please. Hello.
Good afternoon, Matsaga.
Good afternoon.
Yes, This is Steven calling from Nairobi.
Thank you very much, Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would like to start on the accusation you are actually discussing on allegation on Deputy Chief Justice Will.
Yes.
I think Justice Will, the allegation is not as big or as huge as the allegation on Justice Nyoki Ndungu. I don't know if you read anything concerning her integrity and everything. Then I'm not seeing anybody accusing her or asking her to resign, like a court statement or anything.
God, yeah. Now let's look for
We all know what Justice Nyoki Ndungu has done to this country. People are diverting attention on Justice Will, but they are forgetting that the real devil in the judiciary.
okay.
Same bench with Deputy Chief Justice and the Chief Justice himself. So before we start accusing Justice
No.
Deputy Chief Justice,
Yes.
we first of all do away with Nyoki Ndungu.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I would be very happy to see you discussing her dubious things that she has done in the
I have discussed Ojwang because Ndungu's case has been removed. Can you listen down? Can you listen down? Tune your volume, the volume of your machine.
Yes.
Now there you are.
Yeah. So
Now the point, Stephen, the point is, Justice Ndungu's accusers withdrew the application. Anyway, we shall link up because we can't get hold of you at all.
Mr. Masaka, can you hear me?
We hear you in the studio up, but not back in our production room.
Let them work on it and
Let's
then
work on it.
we'll come
Give
back
us 5
soon.
minutes and a call back.
And call back, yes, please.
Our viewers, those are the type of correspondences we want to interact with. But remember, Justice Ndungu's report was thrown out. Mr. Tom Mboya, or is it Mboya? Apollo Mboya, who had filed the same application, withdrew the application. Therefore, we cannot discuss the merits of a withdrawn application. But we can discuss the merits of the new application and a new petition to the JSC, which the Chief DPP has filed, which implicates Deputy Chief Justice Mwilu. That's it.
Yes.
Let's move.
Let's move ahead. And is it failure of constitutionalism in Africa or greed for power in this continent? Well, constitutional government is limited government based on a prescribed division of powers among public officials. But we see that this is supposed to govern how we are being governed in a country. But a lot of times, the leaders we have on top there, they just want to do their own things. So the matter of constitution and constitutionalism has been a subject of I don't know. It depends on a country and how they decide to use it. It's not a must, and we see constitutions being amended to change even the term limits, the presidential age, and things like that. So we're still grappling with democracy as it is in Africa. So we have not fully embraced democracy. So constitution, which is fundamental when it comes to democracy in Africa. How is it now? Can we move forward and even embrace full constitutionalism? And we have not really fully understood and upheld the spirit of democracy, Doctor.
First of all, It is a terrible situation for any person in Africa to pretend that there is any constitutionalism here. The only constitutionalism that I see in Africa is in South Africa. I'm writing, I said this topic, bringing several case studied countries where presidents in these countries want to extend their term.
The term limits, yes.
President Museveni already in Uganda has extended his term of office.
Yes, he has.
President Nkurunziza has extended his term on office.
And, yes.
President Kagame has taken people to a referendum. 99% said go on, and it will be the same exercise.
And it's an open-ended.
In 2017.
Yes.
No, in 2020 something, when they come back to elections.
Yes.
In Chad, the president is trying to change the constitution. In Togo, in Burkina Faso.
In Gabon.
In Gabon. In several Africa, Egypt, the mother of all mother hypocrites on this continent, who supply arms to generals, rebels to go and kill another government, then they become chairperson of AU. Hypocrisy.
And call for a meeting to try to solve the same war that is fueling.
That was created.
Yes.
Constitutions in Congo, Brazzaville. You have seen in DRC, you have seen Kabila. In Cameroon, you have seen Paul Biya. In Equatorial Guinea, you have seen Nguema.
In South Sudan.
Not Nguema, is the president of Equatorial Guinea, the old man. He has extended the constitution. In Ivory Coast, you see the change of age limit. Ouattara has removed the age limit capping. In Nigeria, the trouble that springs around is constitutionalism. It's greed. Otherwise, Buhari would have given the people of Biafra their independence. But because of greed, he wants to stick on milking them, taking the oil out, selling it, buy arms to come and kill them. It's greed. In Khartoum, it's the same. Constitutionalism, greed.
In Khartoum, there's no constitution right now.
Bashir extended constitutionalism.
Yes.
Cut the constitution, extended himself
to
life leader. He ended up
in a prison somewhere.
In a prison somewhere in the city itself.
Yes.
The prison he built. So Africa is moving towards asking themselves, what creates us this mess? And the question I've been saying time and time again, Miriam, is Africa ready for elections? Is this continent ready for elections? Are we ready for democratic elections?
Or democratic? Because we've been having elections, but are we ready?
They are not democratic.
For democratic election.
Yes, they are not. Because every time when we lose, the winner takes it, the loser goes to the streets.
Cries foul.
Therefore, is Africa ready for elections? Do we need elections in Africa, first of all? That's the question. Kenya here, coming back to why I brought this question, is Dr. Muthaura came up with a very good proposal of the government of inclusivity, inclusiveness, to stop infighting, to stop killings, to stop murdering, to stop burning things after elections. We have seen it in Uganda. We have seen it in South Sudan. We have seen it in Kenya in 2007, 2008. It came up in 2018. It came out. People wanted to slaughter each other. It's because of elections. What can heal this gap is to change the format we govern ourselves as Africans.
When you say change the format, should we now start looking at places like South Africa where the constitution is working?
You are coming now. There you are. I've written a piece. You can get it. South African model. South Africa concluded elections 3 months ago. Isn't it?
About 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago.
On May 8th, that's when they went for the elections, yes.
South Africa, there was nobody who banned anything because he lost an election. So isn't it time for us in Africa to change our rules? Isn't it time for Kenya to change the rules to have a proportional representation as opposed to the direct franchise of one man, one vote, the presidential style, the winner becomes the president. But under the winner, there are scattered emotions. Everybody complaining, the opposition going a different side. The South African model does not give that. The South African model does not give that option. When you are elected in South Africa, you are an MP for everybody. You are not only an MP for Mpumalanga or South West Cape, East Cape, or Port Elizabeth. You are an MP for the people of South Africa. You are accountable by Mpumalanga, you can see what... Mpumalanga, whatever. Those names are very complicated. You are an MP for all people of South Africa. You are accountable to all of them. They can file a motion to get you out. They can complain about you. And you can see the stability that South Africa has generated as a result of a route that Muthaura is talking about. Inclusiveness. The only thing that, if we are talking about that, what do we introduce? We must introduce the cardinal principle. It is not the constitution that is bad in Kenya. It is the electoral laws that are very bad in Kenya.
But the electoral laws?
Yes.
So what is the difference between the bad in the electoral laws and the
constitution?
And the constitution that governs the
that made the electoral law. So we need to change the electoral law. You are not going to change the way. We need to change the way our elections are conducted. That's it. It's not the constitution is not all of it is bad, but we need to change the section of the electoral laws. Part of Kenya's problem is elections. Even in this temperature that you see the DPs running helicopter here, helicopter there, is election. So let's put him to rest like this by putting all these fears to rest, bringing in a law that will change our electoral system, the way we conduct elections, the way from the grassroots, a proportional representation, such that a marginalized man from Mandera will feel the vote in Kisii. A bigger tribe in South Nyanza will feel the vote in Kiambu. They will feel it because the MPs have been selected on numbers, the number of votes that we have got nationally, popularity nationally. It brings national unity. If I were to address the BBI, I don't know why the BBI has not called even some other people. They should call or even us who also visit here and face the same music. When people are fighting here and you are a tourist, you will be involved. Either you lose your relative or you lose your property. The BBI should also go further and ask us what can be done.
Because you become casualties.
Yes.
The country's unstable.
So that law must be changed. There must be something. But the fear, you see, if we had a fear, if we had a law that guarantees the president has gone can live and he is not going to be followed tomorrow. The president will not seek to change the constitution to rule termless. Will do his 2 terms and depart. But here, he sees 10 years, then he has just started, and there are too many people looking for him. He has nowhere to hide except in immunity. Then he said, no, if I lose this, they will come for me.
And that is the dilemma that a lot of heads of state found themselves in Africa.
Thank you very much. And that's why there is need, is a wider subject, Miriam, which we can discuss at a wider length and put it in perspective later. But for now, I think going through it, you can go through it, especially you are well prepared today. For example, let's look at Uganda. Go ahead.
The National Resistance Movement, that is the NRM, the ruling party in Uganda, faces a crisis of legitimacy and credibility on a number of issues arising from failure to fully implement the constitution. So that is something Museveni's government has been grappling with. The opposition has been calling for constitutional amendments in regards to even the election. He has refused to give that because whatever it is right now in Uganda is serving him very well. So why would he mess with the status quo?
Yeah, because why it is like that in Uganda is that opposition parties themselves have a problem. Instead of them organizing themselves to galvanize their people, they have focused on galvanizing and organizing the great NRM party. Whoever is the candidate in NRM does not matter for me, as long as I've organized my party. If my party can garner 10 seats, fine, that's democracy. We go and fight it in the parliament. But I cannot start organizing another party while my party in opposition cannot even raise money for a printer or an iPad or a pad. It can't. We have that problem in Uganda. And that's why the NRM is changed and it will win. It continues to win elections. It will win again.
But also I think another reason some critics are saying that a lot of public servants, especially in Uganda, they owe their allegiance to the president and not the constitution.
It is, because the constitution of Uganda focuses more of imperial presidents.
Imperial presidents.
Which yes, not in Kenya. Imperial presidents still works in Uganda, that the president appoints the chief justice, he can sack him.
So he is the constitution by himself.
Yes, he can sack the chief justice.
Yes.
And he makes other names and sends them to parliament.
Oh, wow.
Whereas in Kenya, the chief justice position is advertised. And every Tom and Dick Harry, like Maraga, can apply.
Maraga is a distinguished legal mind.
Yes. Say it again.
I just had to throw that caveat in there. But also now we move slowly to Burundi. I see our time is almost up. And of course, Nkurunziza is the latest African leader to change the constitution. Well, not really the latest. We've seen it. Al-Sisi now is the latest. And of course, the former rebel leader entered office in 2005 after a peace deal that ended civil war in Burundi. He was re-elected and opposed in 2010. But in 2015, he argued that he was eligible for a third term because lawmakers, not voters, had chosen him the first time. So until then, Nkurunziza is still thinking, I'll stay in office until now. The amendments that were done in that year, also in 2015, allows Nkurunziza to rule until 2034. So Al-Sisi is not by himself.
We have Egypt. Let's knock the two.
Yes.
Al-Sisi and Nkurunziza will relinquish power
in 2034.
In 2024. 34.
That is, if at all they will agree to step down in that, because in Burundi there's been a constitutional coup, as many would consider. In 2005 there was a constitutional referendum that restricts the president to 2 consecutive 5-term years in office, but since then that has been changed, and now Nkurunziza should be in power until 2034. If he's re-elected again less than a year, I think they're having the elections next year, and he's expected to win. Of course, he has banned all major international media outlets, so we will not exactly know what is happening, because the media in Burundi is hugely controlled by the state. So I think that is one of his ways to cover up the lack of democracy and around elections and all that in Burundi. So let's wait and see what will happen in next year when they go for their general election. And in Ivory Coast, that is the same problem.
Ivory Coast?
Yes, that happened. Mm-hmm. Well, in 2011, elections ended with controversial reports, and this is what happened. And now the country's Independent Electoral Commission announced Alassane Ouattara as the winner, while the Constitutional Commission declared the incumbent, Mr. Gbagbo, the winner. This led to a stalemate, so the country is plunged to a near civil war. Remember, in 2011, that also saw Mr. Gbagbo being taken to the ICC. Of course, he was acquitted earlier this year, and this was a very classic case of an African incumbent leader refusing to step down even after losing the elections. And although the United Nations, which oversaw the election, backed the election commission, and Mr. Alassane and Mr. Gbagbo continued to claim victory. And so the army had to go there and take him out of the State House by force. And the fact that the Constitutional Council awarded him the majority vote and sworn him back into office, that was seen as a constitutional legitimizing his tenure. Mr. Gbagbo did in effect mastermind a constitutional coup in Ivory Coast, and that I'm so happy they sort of recovered from that incident very fast. Otherwise, this could be another case of another civil war that had broken out in Ivory Coast if because of the incumbent had refused to give power. So there is that matter of the third term a problem. Presidents do not want to step down. I'm happy Kenya and Tanzania, we seem to be doing very well when it comes to matters relinquishing power, sticking to the presidential term. So we're doing very well, and among other few countries in Africa. But the bigger picture is a lot of incumbents do not want to just leave office. We see President Uhuru Kenyatta is working hard to make sure that the 3 years that are remaining for him, he delivers, because he wants to go and leave leadership to the next person. So he wants to make his contribution to Kenya. If it was in other places, we'll start hearing of constitutional extension and the third term dilemma. I think maybe because Kenya, we're not there yet, but I think our democracy is really growing.
No, your democracy is very vibrant. Mm-hmm. It has sections of clauses.
Or maybe because the Kenyans are vigilant themselves.
Yes.
They will take you to the street and they will demand.
They will demand, yes. Definitely.
Yes.
That is very, very good. Mm-hmm. And you have, not in it has been a somber, mm-hmm. your democracy has not been what do we say? Your democracy
mutilated very much.
Has not been militarized.
Mm-hmm. Or militarized. Like the one in Nigeria.
Like the one in Nigeria, like the one in Uganda. Mm-hmm. Uganda's democracy is militarized. Mm-hmm. Ethiopian democracy is demilitarized. Rwanda democracy is militarized. Nkurunziza has militarized democracy.
Absolutely.
The democracy in Zimbabwe is militarized behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. These are freedom fighters whom cannot play about with.
Hardened.
Yes. The politics of South Africa, democracy is militarized. ANC cadres can quarrel in public, but when it comes to the party in South Africa, they work in uniform way. They don't want to work against each other. They don't want to collapse. They don't want to collapse the ANC. They can disagree. They can say Zuma is corrupt. Zuma has stolen billions.
They'd rather remove him.
They'd rather remove.
But for the parties to survive.
But for the sake of the party in South Africa, you can't do away with ANC. That politics is not militarized. It is militarized because ANC was created from a military struggle. They understand why they became leaders of that country. That politics, the same to MPLA, the same to Fronasa, Frelimo. The same to CCM. The CCM had a doctrine.
In Tanzania.
In Tanzania. You can bring anybody to win. You won't win an election as long as CCM exists in Tanzania. Because President Nyerere molded CCM, removed that, created a social fabric that questions the consciousness. It questions who what can you do for Tanzania? Not what can Tanzania do for you. We don't have that in most of these African countries. We don't have it in Kenya.
No, we don't.
We are lucky that your politics has not been militarized, like the one in Uganda, where the army is also in parliament with their uniforms.
Wow.
They walk into parliament. We have to get slots of UPDF also. The parliament is supreme, is supposed to give orders to UPDF. So how will they give orders when UPDF is in parliament? The generals who represent the UPDF slots. But that also, when you look at it, it was done very well to stabilize Uganda for the sake of democracy at that time. Because if we left the army out, it will all the time come to overthrow the parliament. That's how one Museveni has found his level. In the parliament, he has the army. They are there. They debate. They pass these motions.
Army is part of the debate in parliament.
So he has stabilized. He has found his way to stick to power up to the end. I don't know why Ugandans don't see this and they keep on saying, oh, you go, you go. He goes where? He goes where? He can't go. Where does he go? He is already fortified himself.
We didn't think Omar al-Bashir could go.
No, but he has Omar al-Bashir.
Because he had the army backing, we thought.
Omar al-Bashir lost the army backing. Ask me, I'm a friend of those.
Of course, there are a lot of hands
he got
the
army, his fellow generals that he used. He overthrew government with
on behalf of Saudi Arabia and UAE and those other countries.
And they overthrew them, threw them in jail.
Yes.
Then poked his nose in that national party. What was the party of his party?
I've forgotten the name of
the party, the ruling party.
Yes.
Now, if he forgot where he came from, his constituency was the army. So when he started poking his nose in the party, creating structures of the party, he brought in cronies, the sons, children, the ones he knows.
And a lot of these army people are Islamists.
Yes.
Which UAE and Saudi Arabia were not very happy with. And they told him to get rid of them. But these people helped him to come to power. A lot of them were.
So when you look at that type of politics, his party is called the National Congress Party.
Yes. Thank you, Deng War. Thank you so much.
The National Congress Party, Bashir lost it. Why Bashir lost it? He came to concentrate on National Congress Party instead of concentrating on the main constituency, the army. In Uganda, Museveni has tricked us very nicely, very ably. He's brought the army in parliament.
In parliament?
Yeah, they are in parliament.
I did not know that.
They are there. There are over 25 people there.
Representing who? Which constituency?
They represent the UPDF.
Uganda's People's
Defense Forces. They are in parliament.
Uganda's People Defense Forces?
Yes.
Are you serious, Doctor?
I swear in the name of God.
They're representing the army.
Check my production team. Check how many members of parliament are in.
Did you say 26?
About that number.
Oh my goodness.
They are representative of the army in parliament. So it is very difficult for you to plot a coup in Uganda.
Yes, with the general.
And then you cannot also plot a coup on the parliament.
So what is the...
Mama,
Doctor,
wait, hold it.
I'm really shocked with this information. So I just want to understand what is the argument of having the people? What does it tell the Ugandans why we need the army in parliament, represented in parliament?
The Constitution of Uganda 1995 allows members of the army of UPDF. By then it was National Resistance Army. Now, it allows the members to have, of the army, to sit in the parliament, to sit on all this, and the debate, and listen, take part in the debate. That's a very serious trick that was used. Because you can now not overthrow this government. Because they have tentacles everywhere.
So are they voted or are they nominated? How do they get parliament?
They are nominated by the
president.
By the president.
By
the Army Council.
Oh my goodness.
The Army Council nominates its delegates to the parliament. That's why the politics of Uganda is militarized.
So do they take sides?
The democracy is militarized.
Do they take sides between the president side and the opposition? Where do they stand when it comes to voting?
That is why it is impossible to have a coup. Because they listen, they know what the Army Council is saying, and they bring the ideas to the parliament, neutralize that. Umeona?
So you're all being played.
You are not played, you are all at par.
You're all at par.
And the receiver, at par, the receiver, the receiver is the president.
You just shocked me today. I did not know that.
He is, it's stabilized. He has stabilized the army. He has stabilized the security situation. When you want to discuss security matter, you will not go and ask too many people. You will ask the member of UPDF to stand up in parliament to put the position of the security, of the army, the interests of the army. What do the army? Do they want to change the uniform? Do they want to change the uniform? Do they want to do what? Do they want to invade another country? The motion will be brought on table. So in doing that, President Museveni, as a political scientist from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Nyerere's son,
he really paid attention in that.
He paid attention. He did a very good stability. The type of politics, and let the Deputy President Ruto listen to this because he started the plans.
No, we don't want army in parliament.
No,
yes.
he can become my student. In fact, I can lecture to him about, you see, the politics of Algeria. You see parliament as in Algeria. What is the final push? What's the final push in parliament in Algeria? It's the army. That's why it is very difficult to overthrow a government in Algeria
without the army.
Without the army. That's why it was very difficult.
I think in the country.
It's very difficult in Uganda to overthrow a government without the army. That's why it is very difficult to overthrow a government in Zimbabwe without the army. Because most of the people are combatants. They have been freedom fighters. It is difficult to overthrow a government in Mozambique, in MPLA, across my in-laws, in Angola. It's difficult. You can't overthrow the government there. It's difficult to overthrow a government in Tanzania. Ask me why and how. Ask me.
Because the army is part of...
Yes.
The army is the one in charge of the country.
Everybody in Tanzania is mchaka, is trained. The philosophy of Nyerere. If you are an MP, unasema mwalimu alisema namna hivi. Mwalimu alisema namna hivi. Mwalimu anasema namna hivi. Mwalimu anataka namna hivi. Philosophy. People have been indoctrinated. Ya Hutu. Hutu. Yes, Ujamaa.
Ujamaa. Very important.
The social contract in Tanzania is intact.
Intact completely, yes.
The social contract in Kenya is broken down.
Oh no, we don't even have it.
That's why you have social workers who earn the money without visiting people, students in schools who are dying of suicide. That's why we have the police, the army, the police people committing suicide, picking guns, shooting their wives, and then they die themselves in the process. Suicide is being committed because social workers are not playing a role. That's why we have in Uganda people, the social structures are broken down. You don't know who is a community worker, a social worker. There is the one in the court. What are they called? Those who visit you after the court has sent. For example, if you go to Kenya now, in the Kenyan situation, if you want to find out the people they gave bail, whether Itumbi is reporting every 2 days, in every 2 days he reports to the police, you will find that he's going to report for the first week, 2 weeks. After that,
you think?
Because there's nobody who follows that.
I think they're just waiting for him to stop reporting, and then
for him he cannot stop, because they just want to grab him and frustrate him.
Yes.
But there are people who got, like the NYS 2 people.
Yes.
Some of them you might not know where they are. Who follows after the court in Kenya has offered you bail, where do you go? Are you sure you're not going to make another passport? You can leave that passport in the court
and report you as
no, and stolen, and then get a passport. Where is the system connected? How does it tell where their passport went?
I think that's
Itumbi can get a passport now and fly out.
I think that is what the one.
That's why we want Uduma number.
Uduma number. Because they'll just go online and say not to travel.
Are we together?
And click not to travel.
Are you together now?
Deny him travel.
The democracy in these areas, in these states, you cannot overthrow some of this. In Rwanda, for example, all people are militarized. How will you overthrow Kagame? When 3/4 of the legislators are military. They are cadre officers. Those who fought, they are there. They are MPs. The ministers are MPs. The women who have taken over parliament, 3/4 of the women, jobs in half of the cabinet are women. They are fighters. You don't just come and grab her bag. She's a well-trained officer. So they have the leaders, Nkurunziza, Rwanda, Uganda, they have stabilized these countries in the format of mixing the army and the civilian constitution. In Uganda, the constitution allows the military to be part of the parliament.
That is.
So we are stable. Now it is difficult to plot a coup, because the army will listen to what parliamentarians are doing, and they go back to the army council, tell the army council that some things are not good, and that these guys are plotting a vote of no confidence in the president.
So they're working on behalf of the government.
They also work on behalf. There are 2 disadvantages from the Uganda one, or advantages. By doing so, and calling what we call hybrid, a hybrid system of parliament,
army and
the civilian, you have stopped a military coup.
So that is an
Where will it come from? No, where will it come from? The representative represent the army. The army's views will be heard in parliament. So where are you going to complain? That's why you see largely President Museveni will win on the basis of security. Because he has given security the biggest component of democracy. The biggest component of democracy in Uganda is security. It's security. It is everywhere.
But then also that kills the real democracy.
No, that is also democracy. Because democracy was not described
because security should not be taking sides.
Democracy was not described which type.
Yes.
Socrates and Aristotle and Plato
they all have their own versions, yes.
The Republic. The Republic never told us which type of democracy. You can create even a military democracy and it works.
As long as it's working for
you. Israel.
That's okay.
Tell me which prime minister in Israel has never served in the army.
They all serve. It's requirement. When you get to 21 years old, before you go to college, you must go to.
So isn't Israel very?
All Israelites, you must go to the army. Even in South Korea, you
can we say Wagwana there?
All right.
No, we are still going on. Ask. We have a few minutes. How many? Oh, it is already overtime. You see, that is the type, the nature of Africa. Why constitutions are now being looked at as an impediment. the leader finds himself in an area that you in opposition are telling him, we shall get you. We shall get you. That thing of pointing a finger at the current leadership, which is in power, makes it difficult for any leader to leave power.
To leave power.
I submit.
Yes, because they have to protect their own interests.
Yes. If you are going, Mr. Besigye is telling President Museveni all the time, we shall wipe out all NRM. But Besigye was NRM. Now how does he wipe out NRM? How does he kill the entire NRM? And live with who? That type of backward politics. Just say there are good policies that President Museveni has made and there are bad ones. But we shall look at the good policies, carry the legacy. For me, that is what I want for Uganda. Carry his legacy. Good things have happened. Stability. Ugandan troops, if you compare the type of checks in Uganda and the checks in Kenya, in Uganda you find a man, a boy walking there with boots. Just boots you think is nothing. He's an intelligence officer. And he calls you, hey ma'am, madam, can I talk to you? The story starts small there. Where are you going? Where are you going today? You are going to visit who in Kampala? This is Malaba border of Busia. That's how they ask. Slowly. Then you say, but who is that in Kampala? You have a conversation. On this other side, huyu anakuuliza unaenda wapi? Nani? Hapana, huko. Anakuuliza polepole ndiye anakuanza. That's why you see the menace of Al-Shabaab and other people
has not spread.
It is there, but threats are there, but they are, because for example, if you're Somali and you are visiting Uganda, we give you, Uganda is the only country that allows Somalia without visa. But we tell you where, you must tell us where you are going. You are going to see who. Each Somali has got an elder. Whether you are from Mogadishu, you must have a clan. Who is your clan elder in Kisenyi? There's a place where put them in Kisenyi. We send them there. So if the elder loses, this man who has come and said he came to you, the elder will have to lose himself.
Will be answerable.
No, lose himself.
Okay.
Because you can imagine the consequences of a terrorist disappearing in your hands. What are the consequences? Heavy.
It's heavy.
Yes.
Possibly death.
So it has deterred those people who say, don't come, please, don't come. It deters.
And it has worked for Uganda.
It works, security-wise. So the type of democracy, because after all, democracy was not described to say you go to voting only. Who told us we should vote? No, you show me. Go and bring all the books of Socrates. How did they use to choose their people? How? The old Roman Empire used to choose good people with good standing. And they come to the Senate. Unfortunately, they came to the Senate and there grew a Brutus who was envious of the Roman emperor. Cassius as the speaker, the man who speaks, who knows how to interpret the Roman laws, plotted to finish Julius Caesar. Have you ever heard there was an election, a general election in 20 BC? Right?
Democracy was still being developed, so now.
Yes.
But them they adopted, and it's very well the Western world. They're okay with their own system. It
because
works
of norms
and social contract.
Yes, social contract. There is a social contract in Britain that you don't jump in a bus, run from your house after washing your face, and the bus is stopping at the bus stop. You run and jump in. No. You have to queue. Whether you are going and there is a patient dying in the hospital, you have to queue. But if you are disabled, we shall allow you to go in. If you jump into that bus, when there are other people complaining, the driver will not take off. He will call the police. That's a social contract.
You're causing a public disturbance.
Yes, no, it's a social contract.
Yes.
Now, what is killing Kenya here and Africa, the Uganda, we have no social contract. We go and borrow money from China. China eats one noodles, one lunch, noodles. For us, we eat 3 main courses. 3 each day. Breakfast, later mayai, later na ile sausage.
Chaya sanne, chaya sakune. About 5.
Gonga na zile nyama ile.
About 5 meals in a good
yes,
way.
mafupa na chapati.
Mafupa.
Mulima. It's called Mulima na chapati.
Really?
Yes, it is there on the River Road.
What is that? Oh, River Road.
You don't know?
I wouldn't know that.
That is the best chapati which you should go and eat. I will take one of these days, you and me.
To River Road.
We want to walk around there.
That's good.
I swear the lunch, have you eaten the type of chapati they cook?
Some Mlima and
Yes,
Mlima is what?
Mulima is the bone, these bones,
okay.
the joints.
And why would I want to? Okay, I can.
Very good.
Okay.
For us who grew up in a bad shape in exile, we used to have that for 1 shilling is very big, like 5 chapatis. So by then, chapati was 20 cents.
So chapatis and that.
And the mulima,
the soup,
nyama. The nyama bone cut out of the bones.
Okay.
The bones are cut, but there is meat on the bone.
That's good.
Very good.
All right. Well, I'm missing out.
That's why this guy is still alive.
Good.
I ate those. I used to eat those in 1985 down there. Mulima na chapati, mulima na chapati. That mulima, what? You know the way they serve down there. The waiters are well trained and the waitress. They can carry 5 plates and but the soup doesn't fall.
Okay.
You live in your own country, Miriam. You have not traveled places.
That is just, I think, a walking distance from
you.
place.
Go there and is very good.
Okay.
The food. There is a restaurant there. On River Road. It used to sell Uganda food, matoke, and next to it was that mulima.
Okay.
Why?
I'll go look for it.
Thank you very much. I don't know where our production manager Stephen has eaten it, but we shall ask our boss.
Steve, I'm sure
Steve
has eaten
did you eat something like that?
He said yes.
It's very good, though.
Yes, it sounds very delicious.
And for me, when I go to the butcher, or the butchery, to the butchery, I ask for those bones.
Okay.
That's why I'm still nice.
That's good.
You know the bone marrow. That's the one you eat.
Oh yeah, the bone marrow.
It's very good. It gives you strength and it removes the old age of David here.
Okay.
Okay. When I touch old age, you look that way, but it is catching up. It will catch up with you also.
Kadara Krusum is saying many thanks. I think now they'll go looking for that, for the bone marrow.
That is it. Go to Brixton, Kadara Kadum. Go to Brixton Market. And I tell them to cut the bones. Cut the bones with a saw. Well, cut meat. Don't buy these things. Steak. What? Waste the time. Buy that. Cook it. It is very good. You can cook 2 bones.
And make some broth even, or soup.
Yes, a broth. First you take the soup, then you come for the meat, then you come for the marrow. All these smaller diseases like a cough, kufu, goes off.
Oh, really? And it's also a solution for old age, apparently. That is according to Dr.
Yeah, that is what she wanted to make her point. She's made it, old age.
Good.
Thank you, Miriam.
Okay.
Yeah, the old age knows the corners.
Oh, good, yes. I'll go look for that, or maybe make that in the house.
Yes. No, if you can make and maybe carry in a bowl.
Yeah.
Cut 1 bone and carry in the bowl for me. I will be happy.
I will do that.
It's very good meat, though. Don't buy meat without bones, because that's why God made animals to be animals. We eat cows, but we don't eat bones of a lion.
No, we don't.
Because the meat is sour. The lion meat is sour.
I never thought about it like
you
that.
You better. Cut the bones. ask for the meat with bones. Moses tomorrow has to buy that meat with bones. And I cook it here for you, special meal.
Good. I'll come ready and hungry.
I'm telling you in the name of God, you will enjoy.
Okay.
It's the best meat, especially with chapati.
With chapati.
Yes, you can see that soup
Not
with
rice,
chapati.
not ugali, just chapati.
Chapati. Yes, it goes well with chapati.
That's good.
Then it settles in the stomach. Then as a refugee, you can walk the streets of Nairobi.
Looking for what?
Yeah, no, looking for somebody to give you 1 shilling or 2 shillings. Those days, a shilling was great.
For the next bone.
For bone marrow.
Okay.
Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much, wherever you are. Thank you very much, God, for keeping us all together. Or whatever we have said it for the betterment of this country, Kenya. Don't go on overboard. Just keep it in board.
Very important.
And it was for you, Miriam, over to you.
Any words from me? Mine is just to thank our viewers. Thank you so much. Ogebe Omot Ochan, you're saying, Doctor, can I get the type of food in Germany here? I think you can. I believe you can. Which part of Germany do you stay? But I think you can find that.
You can go to Harari Butchery. The Harari Butchery in Germany, they are there. In Berlin, I saw about 3 where we ate Harari meat. And even in the Germany shops, they cut meat with bones. You see, it is done with a hacksaw.
Don't go to the supermarket.
Don't
go to a
go where they. You see, when you cut meat, the bone, and they use a panga, the bones will split. But the hacksaw, that's why you see every butchery in Britain, there is a hacksaw. They get the thigh. They cut 1 piece. So that meat, that bone inside, and plus many, cut it several bones. Bone meat, as it is called bone meat in London.
So tomorrow when you're sending Moses, tell him to go to the city market, he'll get that.
Yes, I will get it. In fact, tomorrow then you'll go and cook it.
No, tomorrow after work I go to classes. I can't walk around with meat in my handbag.
We can deliver at home.
Okay.
Are we allowed?
Thank you. I can send somebody to deliver it in the house. Thank you. So we thank
you.
Okay.
Miriam is very evasive, but that is very good.
I'm sure you can get it from Hanover, Ogebe. You go looking for it. You'll get the good meat with the bone. Actually, that's where the goodness of the
my system is down. What are they saying?
Ogebe is saying he stays at Hanover, so I'm just letting him
Hanover.
know.
Hanover market. Go to German butchery and ask meat, beef with bone.
A butchery, not the supermarket, because it's already
supermarket
packed.
is frozen food.
It's not very good.
It's frozen food. Don't eat frozen food. Eat the type of food.
All right.
Necessary is this in this show.
I
never know, but I must ask you.
All right.
You.
What do you want to ask?
What do you want to ask, Mr. before we close?
Naemeka Okunwa.
Because we talk about Nigeria on Friday, Thursdays. Yes?
On Thursdays, and in case there's any breaking news
to
talk about.
We know very well that they are still, Buhari is killing people.
Yes, of course. And tomorrow, please join us for the Good Morning Africa show. We'll bring you the latest from Nigeria. And Ambazonia and the rest of the countries across Africa. All right. So thank you so much.
And that's it. We call it a day. It was hot.
Thank you. You too.
Ogembe, donkey is what?
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know and I don't understand these things, but she does.
Super.
Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much, Africa. Thank you very much, the Kenyan people. Unite together, be united, help President to serve his legacy. Give us, don't hate each other. Give advice, be open, talk like the way I've talked. I have not talked anything hidden. I've said the truth. There's cliffhanger politics here, Machiavellian politics of planting stories to keep us off from the main subject of corruption. Full stop. Thank you.